Hello friends, in this video, I am going to discuss about the bank accounts an NRI can open in India and what are the pros and cons for these bank accounts. Myself CA Rishab Bothra and you are watching my channel Single Key Advisory where I make videos related to business activities and business growth. The NRI status of any individual is governed by two different laws in India. One is Income Tax Act, which describes an NRI only related to taxation matters. It does not refer to any other issues. Another act which describes an NRI is the FEMA Law, Foreign Exchange Management Act. Income Tax Act of India describes NRI status based on the number of days you have stayed outside of India, and there are other several exceptions to this rule. Whereas the FEMA law describes an NRI based on your intention and the place where you are staying. The FEMA law says that you will be classified as the NRI the day you left outside of India with an intention to pursue an employment or to stay in any part of the world for an uncertain period of time. Now you can ask me a question, if I go for a vacation to other part of the world, will I be treated as an NRI? The answer is no, because when you go to other country as a tourist, you know for how long you are going to stay and when you are going to come back. The FEMA law strictly says that you will be classified as an NRI the day you have left outside of India for an uncertain period of time. FEMA law also gives you some rights and privileges. It also makes you obligated to do certain things. FEMA law gives you right to open an NRE account and an NRO account when you are residing outside of India. So you can open an NRE account, NRO account, FCNR account, RFC account only when you are classified as an NRI under the FEMA law. The day you come back with an intention to settle back in India permanently, you lose your NRI status and you need to close your NRE, NRO and FCR account. Now let us look at all these three accounts, NRO account, NRE account and FCNR account in detail. Let us look into NRE account. The NRE account are rupee account. It means the only currency you can open an NRE account is rupee. You can't open this account in dollar, in GBP, in euros or in any other currency. Who can open an NRE account? An NRI or a person of Indian origin, which is called PIO, or an OCI, which is called Overseas Citizen of India, can open an NRE account. You can have a joint account. Who can be your joint account holder? It can be you as an NRI and it could be any other person who is a resident of India and he should be your relative. Now, who is this relative? This relative definition is described under Companies Act. Now, if a resident relative of yours is a joint account holder in NRE account, this account is treated as former or survivor basis, which means the account holder belongs to you, but it belongs to your joint holder only if you are not there in India. However, he can operate the account as a power of attorney holder. So what is the advantage of having an NRE account? First advantage is any amount of money which is there in your NRE account can be freely repatriable, which means you can move it out of India as per your will. You did not need anyone's permission to repatriate this money. This is the biggest advantage of having an NRE account. Second advantage of NRE account is that interest you earn in the NRE account deposits is 100% tax-free. You do not have to pay any taxes on this. These are the two advantages of having an NRE account. Your NRE account can come in different types. For example, you can have an NRE savings account, current account, NRE recurring deposit account, NRE fixed deposit account. If you are doing NRE fixed deposits, then the minimum tenure for the PFD is 1 year and the maximum tenure is 10 years. Now, let us see how this account can be operated. What are all the amounts of money that can be credited to this account and what are the all amount of money that can be debited into this account? Since this is an NRE account, and the amount of money which is there in the NRE account can be freely repatriable. So there are certain restrictions in using this account. You can remit your earnings from overseas into this NRE account That means the money which is going to be credited in this NRE account should come from the earning from outside of India. The money can also come in this account from other NRE account also. For example, you have lent some money to a friend who has an NRE account. He can move his money from his NRE account to your NRE account. So it's possible to move money between two NRE accounts. You can also credit the interest you get in the NRE fixed deposit account or recurring deposit account into your NRE account. If you have made certain investments in India from this particular NRE account, let's say you have invested in mutual funds, then the maturity proceeds also can be credited to this NRE account. Now what happens if you have income in India? You may be working outside of India, but you may have some rental incomes, some interest income or some dividend incomes. You may also be getting some other income. You can also credit this amount of money in your NRE account, but there is certain procedure for it. So if you have any current income in India, current means actual income in India, and you want to credit that money in your NRE account, then in that case, a chartered accountant certificate is required. And there are certain other forms which needs to be filed, and you have to give these forms and documents to the bank. Only then you can credit your current income in India in your NRE account. But if you have sold some shares or if you have some other property which you have sold, which means you might be having a capital gains in India, then that amount cannot be credited to your NRE account. Now let us look into what all expenses or withdrawals or debits which are allowed in your NRE account. Means how you can use the money which is there in your NRE account. You can use this money for all your local expenses, for expenses for back home in India, for supporting your family member or whatever expenses you can use this money. If you want to send this money to your place or to some other parts of the world, you can freely do it because this amount is 100% repatriable. You can remit this money from India to any part of the world. There are no restrictions around that. Or if you want to convert the money which is lying there in your NRE account into an FCNR account, that is foreign currency account, that also is permitted. If you want to transfer the money lying in your NRE account to another NRE account or some other person, then also this is permitted. All these possibilities of withdrawals are permissible in NRE account. So if you are an NRI and want to transfer money from abroad and you don't know which account to transfer money, whether to NRE account or NRO account, then make sure you transfer the money into your NRE account and not to your NRO account. Having money in NRI gives you a lot of options, lot of tax benefits and many other possibilities. The moment you send your money into NRO account, the restrictions of the same will also come into the picture. I will make a separate video for NRO account. So friends, if you feel this topic which I discussed today is used to you, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're watching this channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon. And if you also want to book a consulting call, you can of course WhatsApp us on the below mentioned number. Thank you for watching this video.